Happy Wednesday. Okay, let me make sure I'm in the group. If someone can see and hear me, please let me know in the comments. Today, we're going to be talking about this cycle that I see is so common with entrepreneurs of being stressed about pain and the business or one or the other. And then that leads to overwhelm, lack of sleeping at night, and then maybe you want to take care of yourself so you do show up the next day to go to the gym or go to yoga or something like that. But how you're working out at the gym or how you're showing up on the mat is from a place of shooting or punishing yourself because you're not getting things right or trying to force your body to heal, for example. And then that creates more stress and worry and anxiety. So then you don't sleep well at night. You're waking up because of all these problems, or maybe you're thinking about more things you need to do to take care of yourself and your business. And so then you wake up the next morning even more exhausted, even more sore. You're in the stress response now, and the cycle keeps going. So we're going to be talking a little bit about that cycle and how to get out of it. So good to see you. If you can relate to any of this, please drop it in the comments. I will check on these periodically. They do show up a bit late, but I will be checking them so you can participate live here. But how do we get out of this cycle? Let's say you have sciatica or a back issue and you know it gets worse when you're stressed. And I hear from a lot of business owners right now, especially, there is light at the end of the tunnel in terms of the pandemic, but people are still trying to make ends meet, still trying to be successful in their business. And what I hear more commonly is they're lacking the balance, right? So now to be successful in their working all ends of the day, and then it's showing up in their health with either migraines, headaches, or like I said, back pain, or maybe even not sleeping well at night. So what do we do? How do we get out of this cycle? So the first thing is identifying what's really stressing you out. So what's shooting you over into that fight or flight response, or what's causing the anxiety or the mind to continue to spin or get caught or stuck on a certain thought or repeating problem in the background. What is that stress trigger? And in the Hi, good morning, Rosie. In the podcast that I released just this week, it's how to identify the stress triggers. So, how to recognize when you're in the stress response and notice what your trigger is, and then what to do next. So, what we're going to do today is take that to the next level. So let's say, okay, now you're getting good at identifying what's really triggering you. You can recognize when your body is in the stress response. You've maybe nailed down the thoughts or the problem or the trigger. Then what do you do next? So we're going to approach this from a hybrid way. There's no right or wrong way. It's really individualized in terms of what you resonate best. So some people, especially this community, because there's a lot of yoga practitioners, yoga teachers, wellness practitioners, healthcare providers, and more, you really relate to turning in. A lot of you have a very kinesthetic sense of the body. You feel a lot in your body. So sometimes it's just helpful to close your eyes, meditate, and feel. Feel the emotions, feel your breath, and use the breath to calm things down. And by doing that, taking that sacred pause, that space, that stillness, then from there, you can work on solutions. Other of you, it might be more helpful because if you meditate, sometimes it's easy to get lost or you go down a rabbit hole, that sort of thing, to just grab a pen and paper and get it out of your head and write it down. Or you can do a combination of both. So I've been working with my yoga therapist and we've been playing around and getting creative with experimenting being in a yoga posture, like a restorative pose, just breathing, then writing and journaling some things down, and then going back to the restorative posture or back to the breath work. So again, there is no right or wrong way. It's up to you to experiment. However, what you want to get out of this is a couple of things. The first thing is that you should feel your body move from more of a fight or flight stress response into more of a relaxation, deregulation or downregulation of your nervous system. Not to say that you're completely blissed out and there's no stress at all, but you should feel a change in your body. So, for example, when I'm in fight or flight, my shoulders are often feel like they're up by their ears, or unconsciously I'll start clenching my jaw and my teeth and not even realize it until I let it go and I'm like, oh wow, my jaw is pretty sore. Or I might even clench my fists. So unconsciously for me, when I'm stressed out or overwhelmed, then it can manifest externally in my body as tension or tight muscles or even soreness. So when I'm not in the stress response, when I'm in, as Stephen Porges calls, safe mobilization, meaning I have a little bit of, well, we won't go into all that because then it gets confusing. We'll just say I am in safe mobilization. So I'm awake, alert, I'm active, my brain is creative. I'm not feeling that tension in my jaw or my shoulders or my hands or my fists, right? I am creative. I feel ideas and I'm open to ideas or suggestions coming in. Or I can look at a problem. For example, I can look at, let's say you identified some stress triggers. I can look at some of those triggers or some of the problems causing stress, and I can write out solutions. So that's the next step. And again, you can do this in more of a meditation form, in a restorative yoga posture, or just simply sitting and meditating, or you can write them down. I like to do a bit of both because I'm very kinesthetic. So I like to feel in my body, and I like to have the space of doing nothing, right? Just allowing and watching and observing and being the witnesser of what's going on in my head. And then I actually like to write down solutions to my problem. And truthfully, that's the path. That's how you move forward. The problem is all solutions don't seem desirable. And so when you look at solutions that don't seem desirable, then your mind will throw up resistance, or you'll feel like you don't have a choice, right? And both of these are disempowering, right? It's taking the control and putting it outside yourself. So then you feel like anything can happen, and it's more of a victim mentality, right? Whereas if you look at the solutions that come up and recognize that, you know, you do have a choice to follow through with the solutions or not, stay stuck, stay stressed, stay overwhelmed, then you're empowering yourself. So I'm not saying that the solution to solving the cycle of pain, stress that's sabotaging both your health and your business is easy or it's desirable. But I am saying that when you work through this, then you get to a different place. And then you're not just repeating that same cycle over and over again that I described earlier. So then you get through the challenge, you work through the solutions. So then you can sleep at night. Then you move to a new level in your business. Or you don't have the problem in your body, the physical problem in your body any longer. right? I've talked about this before, right? Often when it seems like we don't have a choice, or often where it can seem like we don't have a choice because the choice is not desirable, right? But when you look at it, you're in discomfort, right? The discomfort of the pain, the stress, the overwhelm, the lack of sleep causing more pain, more stress, more overwhelm, exhaustion, and fatigue. That's super uncomfortable. And it's getting you results in your business and in your health and in your life. Or you have an undesirable path, a solution maybe that seems hard or seems like is not possible for you or doesn't seem ideal. And that's uncomfortable, right? So when you look at it, both options are uncomfortable. However, one place of discomfort that I described, the A, just has you repeating the same thing. It's like waking up every year and repeating that same year over and over again. So then 20 years down the road, you look back and you've gone through 20 years, but it's the same year you've repeated over and over again. Or you go through the discomfort of B, figuring out your solution and working through it, and that gets you to a different result, which will then get you to a different problem. So then when you wake up each year, you're living different years. So then you go down 20 years and you have new problems. That's how you often know that you're having growth and evolving, is when you have new problems or experience new feelings. Again, it's not comfortable, it's not desirable, but you're evolving. And I think that's the misconception in life, is that we solve a problem and then life or our business or our health, it's supposed to be easy and bliss and you're supposed to be happy all the time. What I've learned from a lot of my coaches is that life is 50-50, right? Part of the human experience is experiencing the negative emotions that we don't really want to feel, like discomfort of working through a challenge, or grief, or sadness, or frustration, or anger, all these things. But in reality, just like stress is not going to go away because you're problem, and then you're going to encounter a new problem. So then that might create a little bit of stress. So it's not saying that stress is bad. It's your reaction to stress. What happens when you're stressed? You just get stuck in it, and then your adrenals attacks 24/7, and then all sorts of things happens with your health, or exacerbates any pain in your body, for example. Or are you able to recognize, oh, I'm stressed, this is a new problem, let me figure out a new solution, and then you go down that path, and then you keep evolving, right? So that's the work I have for you today. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm just going to turn off this heat because as I'm talking here, I am starting to get very hot. So if any of this related, if you can relate to any of this, comment below. If you have any questions, comment below. I would love to hear your thoughts. We see a couple people like it, so that's great. It's great to have you guys live and present. Good morning, Rosie. Okay, so your homework this week, go listen to the podcast. It's episode 80, I believe. The title is Identifying Stress Triggers. So that will help you to identify what's actually stressing you out in the first place. Maybe it is your health, maybe it's your business, maybe it's both. Okay. And then what you're going to do is journal or meditate or both on what your solutions are. And know that when you write your solution, there is a chance that your brain's going to throw up resistance, that it's going to throw a tantrum, that it's not going to want to do the solutions that you wrote down, right? Because If they were easy, you probably would have already done them already. This problem wouldn't be a problem, right? So now you can approach those solutions with a new awareness and then break them down. Break down those solutions. What are small steps that you can do day after day to get you to where you want to go or get you out of your problem? And that's it. It's noticing the obstacles that your mind creates or the physical obstacles of maybe your schedule or childcare or working in the boundaries of your business, all that sort of stuff. But Marie Forleo, if you've never heard of her, I highly recommend. She has a wonderful book that growing up on the East Coast, I can laugh. I love her personality, especially because I grew up in an Italian family in upstate New York. So her book just makes me smile, a lot of the phrases she uses. But the title of the book is Everything is Figure Outable. And I noticed that that phrase is very helpful at the times when I want to get stuck or caught up in anxiety or overwhelm or poor me or confusion or any of that. If I just pause and say, okay, I can figure this out. And then I think of a solution. And then my brain's going to want to throw a tantrum again or say, that's not possible. Then I can say, I can figure that out. Right. And then we just work through it. So that's also what I'm here for. Right. That's the benefit of working with a coach, is that it gets you to where you want to go faster through a number of ways, because I'm a few steps ahead of you on this path, on this journey, especially in terms of pain. That's what I specialize in. Right. So I can help give you the tools, the techniques, learn from my experience, from all my trainings to help solve some of these problems. So you can get there faster that way. And also because someone's providing you an outside perspective on your problem. So sometimes we get so stuck in our problem, whether it's our health or our business, that we can't see the solutions, or we see that we don't think that there is a solution to our problem, that we are some magical unicorn where life just keeps happening to us and there's no solutions at all. Right? But I promise you there are. You just have to think outside the box. And that's the benefit of working with someone. So if you would like to work with me, just hop on a stress reduction call. And this is a call to let go of the stress, the worry of your business or your health or your back pain, whatever it may be, right? So we'll go over on this call everything that you've tried in the past, whether it be for your business or your health. We'll talk about it all, why it didn't work, what did work. And we'll use all that information for stepping stones to get you a clear plan, a clear vision of what to do for the future. So all that other stuff that you've done in the past, it wasn't time wasted. They're just stepping stones, a building block to where you want to go now. And you're coming in at the perfect time, because in April, mid-April, I'm launching a mastermind. It's a 6-month mastermind, and it's a heal yourself and heal your business mastermind. And I'm super excited about this. It's the first time I'm doing it. So you can get in at a special rate, and you're going to get a lot of interaction with me, because I'm going to want to hear what can be improved upon, what can be done better, what's working, that sort of thing. So this is the round to do it. And the way to figure out if you're the right fit for this mastermind is to just hop on a call. Just hop on a call with me. Tell me your problem. I can give you my solutions. I can give you the details of the mastermind, and you can determine if you think it's a good fit. That's it. Okay, so that's your work for this week. And next steps. If you have a topic that you'd love to hear in here, just DM me or drop it in the comments, and I'll bring it onto future podcast episodes or Facebook Lives here. It's so wonderful to see so many new members in here. We're almost at 500 members. which is awesome. So, so cool. So if you have a friend or maybe your business partner or a family member that you think could really benefit from this information, you can share this group with them, right? Just send the link over to them, share it with them. There might even be a button to share. I'm sure there is. So share it with them, help this group reach 500 members so I can help impact more entrepreneurs so they can live the life that they truly desire. All right. I hope you have a great Wednesday. I will see you next week. Bye for now.